This is Kelly Lamb on special assignment for Rebel News, northwest of London, England. Breaking news is that Tommy Robinson has been arrested. We don't know a lot at this point, but what we do know is that he's been arrested on terrorism charges relating to a massive rally that he held yesterday, July 27th, at Trafalgar Square in London. I am in contact with his team, and if any new developments come up, I'll be sure to report them as soon as I can. I also know that there will be a large rally held at 4 p.m. in London, and people are going to be protesting his arrest and standing beside him. I believe it's on Downing Street. Now, unfortunately, I cannot attend that. I'm not in the city, and I won't be able to get there in time. But I have no doubt it will be very big. People that were at the rally standing beside him and speaking yesterday will be attending and fighting for his arrest. There's also a petition that's gone around. My understanding is he does have a great legal team that's already fighting for him, so we'll have to see what develops in the coming hours. But I'm here to tell you a little bit more about the other side of the story that the mainstream media is not going to tell you, because that's what Rebel News does. You see, I wasn't in England to report. I haven't reported in quite some time, from when I did some work back with Rebel in 2022. I'm here to tell you about the event that got him arrested. I was here to sing and to stand with Tommy on stage in solidarity and sing Hallelujah, which I've sang at previous events in Manchester in 2019. I've sang that at Rebel Live events as well. I'm also joined by fellow Canadian Tamara Leach, who many of you know and many of you love, who was a big part of the trucker rally for Canadian truckers regarding vaccine mandates back in 2022. Tamara also has faced political persecution as well as jail time. She sang and spoke as well yesterday, and we also got to experience and enjoy the solidarity and company of several other wonderful musicians. There were pastors, there was prayer, there was music, there was poetry, passionate speeches, a whole lot of unity, love, laughter, hugs, joy. It was truly a wonderful thing to behold. And it's nothing at all like what the papers reported, which is, of course, that it was a hate rally full of far-right football hooligans, they like to call Tommy. Now, what's interesting is I also was here on June 1st in England at Parliament Square. Now, he had a rally then, too. It was a little bit smaller, although it was no small thing either. At least 10 to 15,000 people showed up. And I don't even know how many times it's been viewed at this point because his numbers just keep rising. Same with this one. It was viewed 450,000 times online. There was approximately 20 to 30,000 people at Trafalgar Square, although I don't know the exact number. And his numbers are rising. Now, Tommy went into this rally on the 27th knowing that he was going to have to face more legal challenges. He was going to be going to court on the 29th of July because this film that he showed yesterday at the rally called Silence, which is a documentary he made years ago but hadn't fully released, it had been leaked in the US several years prior. So he was facing already charges on that front. And he wanted to put that video out for as many people to see as possible so that they knew the truth of why he was being arrested, because he faced up to 2 years in prison. And he knew that going in yesterday. The day was a complete success. He had the film on 3 big screens. And as I said, many, many people have watched it, and that number continues to grow. It was a documentary outlining massive failures and corruption and cover-ups within the British government, the police system, the justice system, the media, really horrific things. And he has embarrassed them, quite frankly. So they have arrested him now on terrorism charges. And I'm really stunned and shocked, although not surprised, if that makes sense, and saddened, because Tommy has become a friend, especially over this past year where we've come to know each other. And I just see a man fighting for his country and a man who has told the truth, very uncomfortable truths at times, a man who has stood up for grooming gang victims, a topic that people don't even want to touch. And now he faces the fight of his life again. But yesterday was not what you're going to read about in the papers. And he is not what you read about in the papers. He is someone who loves his country, and all of the people that were there love their country. And they just don't want to see it going in the direction that it's going, which is the direction that we also see many other Western nations going. Now, why do I care about this? I don't even live here. Well, I've come to love Britain the last few times I've been here. I've spent some time here, especially in June with my husband after the event. I've come to know the British people. I love their spirit. I love their patriotism. But let's remember where our laws come from in Canada. Let's remember where so much of Western civilization really started. The foundation and the history in this country are immense. And my own bloodline is full of Brits. My grandfather was born and raised in West Sussex. My husband's family came from Britain on one side. This place is in my bones, and what happens here does matter in all of the West, really. So pay attention to what's happening to Tommy, because it's not just him that's being arrested. It's not just him that's facing these challenges. And it won't be just him in the coming years if we don't start standing up for freedom of speech, if we don't start standing against corruption and lies, and if we don't support independent media that is willing to tell the other side of the story. And I just don't know what else to say beyond I stand with Tommy Robinson. And I ask that people pray for him. If you're a praying sort of person, pray for his friends, his family, and pray that justice will be served here. Not the type of street justice we're seeing that's going on, but true justice, where a man that's just trying to speak the truth is able to walk freely in his own country. For Rebel News, I'm Kelly Lamb.